What if a simple quarter in your pocket was worth $10,000 or even $100,000? Today, we're revealing the top 4 ultra-rare Washington quarters that could make you rich. Don't blink, these coins are hiding in plain sight, and their shocking values will blow your mind. Part 1, The Origins of the 1979 Quarter, 045. The 1979 Washington quarter might seem like just another coin, but it was minted during a time of transition and subtle changes in the U.S. Mint. Designed by John Flanagan, the Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, initially minted to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. By 1979, the United States Mint had been experimenting with new minting techniques, and minor but critical variations were introduced, some by accident, some by design. These seemingly small changes would go on to define a class of coins that collectors now seek with intensity. Over 1.1 billion quarters were minted that year, but only a handful are worth a fortune. Let's uncover why. Part 2, The Rare and Valuable Varieties, 2 o'clock. So what makes a 1979 quarter worth hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars? It all comes down to a few rare varieties and errors. Let's break them down. 1. 1979 S-proof quarters, Type 1 versus Type 2, the big money makers. Proof coins are special edition coins minted for collectors, with a mirror-like finish and crisp details. In 1979, the San Francisco Mint produced 2 different varieties of the proof quarter. Type 1, filled, S, the mint mark appears filled or blob-like. Type 2, clear, S, the mint mark is sharply defined. The Type 2 is significantly rarer. If you have a 1979 S Type 2 proof quarter in PR70, perfect condition, it could be worth $4,000 to $7,000, depending on demand. Even in PR69 condition, these coins regularly sell for over $500 to $1,000. 2. Mint errors, the true lottery ticket. Now we're talking about the jackpot coins. 1979 quarters with mint errors, like off-center strikes, double dies, or clipped planchets, are incredibly rare, and when certified, they fetch high prices. A 1979 quarter with a major off-center strike, more than 50%, has sold for $2,500 to $5,000, depending on condition. A double die obverse, DDO, error, where the date or lettering appears doubled, is another variation that commands up to $3,000 or more if it's crisp and in mint state. A clipped planchet or a broad strike error, where the coin was not properly struck within the collar, can also fetch $500 to $1,500. Each of these errors adds extreme collectability and value. 3. High-grade business strike quarters, MS66 and up. Most 1979 quarters you'll find in circulation are worn and only worth face value. But if you stumble upon a quarter in pristine condition, graded MS66 or higher by PCGS or NGC, it becomes a collector's item. A 1979 D Washington quarter in MS67 condition has sold at auction for over $1,200. Even a Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, coin in MS67 can reach $800 to $1,000. It all comes down to condition and scarcity at the highest grades. Part 3, How to Spot a Valuable 1979 Quarter, 5:30. Now that you know what to look for, how can you tell if your 1979 quarter is worth anything? Here's a quick checklist. 1. Check the mint mark. No mint mark equals Philadelphia. D equals Denver. S equals San Francisco, proof only. 2. Look for the Type 2 clear S on proof quarters. Examine the mint mark with a magnifying glass. A crisp S is Type 2. If the S looks like a blob, it's Type 1 and less valuable. 3. Inspect for errors. Look closely at the lettering, numbers, and edges. Is anything doubled? Off-center? Oddly shaped? These signs can mean your coin is worth big money. 4. Grading is key. Coins in MS65 or above are much more valuable. Send your coin to a professional grading service, PCGS or NGC, for certification. Part 4, Market Trends and Auction Results, 7:30. The coin collecting world is growing fast, and rare coins are increasing in value every year. Some real-life examples. A 1979 S-Type 2 PR70 DCAM quarter sold at auction for $7,475. A 1979 DMS 67 Plus quarter fetched $1,528 at Heritage Auctions. Rare error coins from 1979 have sold for $3,000 to $6,000 or more. With limited availability and high demand, these coins are becoming harder to find, making them even more valuable. Part 5, Final Thoughts and Collector Tips, 9 o'clock. So what's the takeaway? That humble 1979 quarter could be worth a small fortune. Whether it's a rare proof variety, a mint error, or a coin in pristine condition, you owe it to yourself to take a second look at your change. Tips for collectors. Always check your proof sets for the Type 2s. Use good lighting and a magnifier to inspect your coins. Keep an eye on auction sites like Heritage, Great Collections, and eBay to see what similar coins are selling for. Store your coins properly, no scratches, no cleaning. And when in doubt, get it graded. Segment 1, Background, Why the 1965 quarter is so special. The Washington quarter has been an American staple since 1932. But the year 1965 marked a massive change in U.S. coinage history. Due to a severe silver shortage, the U.S. Mint stopped producing coins made of 90% silver in 1964. Beginning in 1965, quarters were instead minted with a clad composition, copper sandwiched between layers of nickel. But here's where the story gets fascinating. While all quarters officially dated 1965 were supposed to be clad, a few 1965 quarters were accidentally struck on 90% silver planchets left over from 1964. These are the quarters collectors dream about, error coins so rare that only a handful are known to exist. Segment 2, The Rarity, How Many Exist? Experts believe that less than 20 genuine silver 1965 quarters are known today. These accidental strikes occurred during the transition period at the Mint, when some leftover silver blanks were mistakenly used. Because of this, silver 1965 quarters are incredibly rare, and even harder to find in circulation. To the naked eye, they look nearly identical to regular clad quarters. But here's a tip, a real silver quarter will not have the copper-colored edge that's visible on clad coins. They also weigh slightly more, 6.25 grams instead of the standard 5.67 grams. Segment 3, The Value, How much are they worth? Now for the exciting part, the value. A verified 1965 silver Washington quarter can fetch between $5,000 and $10,000, depending on condition. In one case, a pristine example sold at auction for over $12,000. And if the coin is graded as a high mint state by PCGS or NGC, the value could soar even higher. There's no cap to what collectors might pay for one of these ultra-rare transitional errors. But that's not the only valuable version of the 1965 quarter. Certain high-grade clad quarters from 1965 have also sold for huge premiums. For example, a 1965 Washington quarter graded MS68 by PCGS sold for over $16,000. That's right, a clad quarter worth more than a used car. Final segment, what to look for and call to action. So, the next time you get change back at the store or empty out a coin jar, don't dismiss those old quarters. You could be holding a $10,000 treasure and not even know it. Look for no copper edge. A weight of 6.25 grams. Exceptional condition, MS66 or better. Don't forget to check your change and maybe even invest in a small digital scale, it might just lead you to one of the rarest coins in American history. Segment 1, Background, the 1992 quarter and why it matters. The Washington quarter has been around since 1932, but in 1992, something unique happened. That year marked the last full year of circulation strike quarters before the introduction of the special silver proof sets in 1992, which featured a mirror-like finish and were struck only for collectors. All regular 1992 quarters were meant to be clad, a combination of copper and nickel, but here's the twist: a rare error slipped through the cracks at the Denver Mint. A 1992 D quarter struck on a silver planchet, something that was never supposed to happen. This accidental anomaly has made some 1992 D quarters exceptionally rare and extremely valuable. Segment 2, the rarity, transitional errors and how they happen. Transitional error coins occur when a coin is struck using the wrong type of metal blank. In the case of the 1992 D Washington quarter, it's believed that a silver blank intended for a 1992 silver-proof coin was mistakenly used in the regular Denver Mint striking process. These errors are rare, we're talking about just a handful in existence. They're so scarce that only a few verified examples have ever surfaced, making them highly sought after by collectors and auction houses alike. Segment 3, the value, how much is it worth? Now, let's talk value. Are you ready for this? A genuine 1992 D quarter struck on a silver planchet can sell for upwards of $10,000 to $15,000 or more at auction, sometimes even higher depending on the coin's condition and grading. One verified example sold for over $17,000, and some experts believe future sales could push values into the $20,000 to $25,000 range as demand increases and supply remains incredibly tight. And it's not just the silver errors. Even regular 1992 D quarters in top mint state grades, MS68 and above, can fetch over $1,000 to $2,000, thanks to their rarity and perfect condition. Segment 4, what to look for, you could have one. So, how can you tell if your 1992 D quarter is the jackpot? Check the edge. A regular clad quarter has a copper-colored stripe on the edge. A silver planchet will have a solid silver edge. Weigh it. A standard clad quarter weighs 5.67 grams, but a silver planchet version weighs around 6.25 grams. Condition matters. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are worth significantly more. Closing, call to action. So before you toss that quarter aside, take a closer look. That ordinary 1992 D quarter in your hand might be worth more than a luxury vacation, or even a new car. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries. And remember, your spare change could change your life. Segment 1, the 1987 D Washington quarter, what's the big deal? The 1987 D Washington quarter was struck at the Denver Mint during a time when quarters were mostly being produced in high numbers for general circulation. That year, over 655 million quarters were minted in Denver alone. So, at first glance, the 1987 D quarter doesn't seem rare at all. But here's where things get interesting. Among the millions, there are a few special 1987 D quarters with serious collector value. We're talking mint errors, high-grade specimens, and even off-metal strikes that were never meant to leave the mint. These rare variants are turning heads at auctions, and they're going for jaw-dropping prices. Segment 2, the rarity, rare errors and high-grade finds. What makes certain 1987 D quarters so rare? There have been a handful of off-metal errors reported, coins struck on planchets meant for other denominations. Some examples include quarters struck on nickel or even foreign coin blanks. These types of mint errors are incredibly rare and extremely valuable because they are considered once-in-a-lifetime finds. Additionally, quarters from 1987 D that are graded MS67 or higher are considered scarce due to weak strikes, poor planchet quality, and heavy circulation from that year. A flawless, uncirculated example is a true gem, and collectors are willing to pay big money to get one. Segment 3, the value, how much are they worth? Now for the exciting part, value. While a regular circulated 1987 D quarter is worth face value, a rare error or high-grade coin can be worth hundreds, thousands, and in some extreme cases, over $10,000. A 1987 D Washington quarter graded MS67 Plus by PCGS has sold for over $1,500. An off-metal strike example, such as one struck on a 5-cent planchet, can bring $5,000 to $10,000 at auction, depending on its condition and rarity. And if an ultra-rare double denomination or transitional error ever surfaces from this year? Experts estimate such a coin could be worth $25,000 or more. Segment 4, What to look for, you could have one. Here's what to check. Condition, look for coins with no scratches, wear, or discoloration. The shinier, the better. Weight, a standard quarter weighs 5.67 grams. Any major difference could be a clue to an off-metal error. Edge, examine the reeded edge. If it's missing or looks strange, you might have a rare strike. Mint errors, double strikes, clipped planchets, and off-center strikes can increase value dramatically. Closing, strong call to action. So before you spend that 1987 D quarter at a vending machine, take a second look. That ordinary coin could be worth more than your monthly rent, or even a brand new car.